All right, everybody, we are going to go ahead and get started. I want to thank you all for coming out today to officially welcome and congratulate Melissa on opening her second venture, Nibble. What a cute name. It was so funny, like she started on the square farmers market making jewelry, and then she expanded to this space originally and with the raspberry and the rose, and then that business grew so much that she had to take a bigger space down on South Court, and then of course she didn't have enough on her plate, so she said, oh, I think I'm going to do this other thing called Nibble, right? So anyways, but I really think this is really going to do well, this specialty kind of foods. We hear these types of comments from people along the way that they'd like to have this type of amenity in the historic district, so I think you're filling a gap and a need, a little niche. Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations.
Thank you.
As you know, I mean, you're no stranger to Main Street and the Chamber, but we do these ribbon cuttings in conjunction with the Main Street Medina and Chamber of Commerce. And obviously you know Matt Wiederhold, he's back there somewhere. And where's Jacqueline?
Jacqueline's right next to Matt.
Jackie's next to Matt. Raise your hand. So anyways, so we just officially wanted to welcome you and congratulate you. So I'm going to turn it over to the mayor so that he could introduce the city administration and also present you with this commendation.
So my wife has a frequent flyer card for your store. So now apparently 2 stores. I've got a part-time job. So joining, in addition to Kimberly, Barbara is here from our Community Development, Economic Development Department. Jared with a motion camera. Hi, sir. My police chief is somewhere.
I'm up here. Hello.
Welcome, chief.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Dan Gladys. Dan.
And Jonathan is in the back here, and Dan is with the police chief, I think, right?
Yeah.
Dan's
Yep.
up there on the steps.
Being
Right.
protected.
So we thank you for continuing to invest in Medina, and obviously the square is a great location for you, and lots of folks and lots of visitors, and hopefully helping your business to continue to grow. And then we will have another one of these in a new space for you somewhere else, larger, to expand.
I'm working on that for you, by the way.
Right.
Are you?
Right.
Well, this is
Okay.
a great incubation space.
It
though.
is.
really
It
is.
is. Right. And because for those of you who may not be aware, we have been for a number of years 100% occupied on the square. And the city, with our parking deck project that we got the capital grant from the state of Ohio, thanks to Representative Hambley and Senator Obhoff, our intention is to not build that deck to the sidewalk, but to leave some retail space in the lower level and housing above it to further incentivize development in the downtown, so we have more space, more businesses, more people, and keep the incentives rolling. So our Senator Larry Obhoff is the president of the Ohio Senate, and he would generally be here, but sometimes his presidential duties of the Senate draw him to other locations within the state. But he did send this proclamation that I will present to you on his behalf, and I'll read this third paragraph that states, Ohio's economic well-being depends on small business entrepreneurs to provide goods and services to the citizens of our state. I am proud to note that it is through the diligent efforts of individuals such as Melissa, who are willing to invest in the future of their community, that the state of Ohio continues to grow and prosper. And on behalf of the Ohio Senate, I present this to you.
Yay.
Introduce Representative Hambley.
Suitable for framing, but I'm not sure.
Right there.
Little space right there.
Sir?
Yes, well, thank you. It's a real pleasure. The French actually have a saying that to eat is a necessity, to eat intelligently is an art. And thank you with your family, certainly as a family business. And you provide an area where people can eat intelligently as well as artfully. When you look at what you've got around here, it's certainly a great asset to the square and to Medina, and certainly something well worth as applauding and trying to patronize here as much as possible. So I certainly will. You'll see us often enough, and a lot of people will be coming to this place, and you will need a bigger space soon. There's no doubt. But congratulations, and congratulations to your family too for doing this enterprise.
Thank you, Representative. Also with us today is Miss Katie Simo, and she's a regional liaison with Office of John Husted, our Ohio Secretary of State.
Hello. I have a commendation.
Katie, can you come up here?
Sure.
Swap places.
I don't want everyone over on our way. On behalf of John Husted and the Ohio Secretary of State's office, we have this commendation for you. And congratulations on opening the store. It is wonderful. I've taken some looks around and everything like that, and everything in here just looks amazing. So I'm sure that everyone else in the community will. And I've seen so many new businesses come into the Medina Square, and I know that it's a real treat to be able to be on the square, and so it's wonderful that you're here, and we're happy that you're here as well.
Thanks, Kate.
More paperwork from the government.
This is good.
Yeah, this is good paperwork.
right.
Yeah, usually
There's no forms to fill out or anything. All right, thank you.
Of course.
Matt, would you like to,
Sure. Congratulations on another store in the district. I'm thrilled to have you here and your family. You're all just so wonderful and passionate and supportive of Medina and the square and everything we do. I appreciate your involvement with Main Street Medina and your support for jumping in and doing what needs to be done. So congratulations and thank you for your investment in our town.
just a shout out for Julie McNabb, because she's on the Main Street board and works very diligently on so many business development, obviously a fellow business owner, and I know a good friend of yours. So Jules, thanks for coming out.
Close, right around the corner. Right? It's too close.
There's probably like some secret tunnel or like
You didn't wear a coat. It's pretty cold out. So
Don't know how I got it there.
So Melissa, we're going to turn it over to you to say a few words.
See, every time we get to this point, and I know you're going to ask me to talk, and I'm a terrible public speaker, and that is.
You going to turn it over to your hubby? He had a lot of good things to say about you.
I just thank you, everybody, for coming. Could not be an easier city to open a business in. Between the time that we designed the logo and the time we opened the door, it was 23 days.
Oh my goodness.
So the race was on, and the city was wonderful. You know, one email and everything was rolling. Signage was approved. It could not have been easier and more streamlined process. So thank you very, very much. That portion of the program is always the easiest. It's the moving in and setting up and getting things rolling, and the bugs worked out. A lot of growing pains. Having 2 stores, I doubled my staff overnight. So it's been an interesting journey with that. So, but I'm looking forward to being here for a long term. Obviously, we'll move as I can ferret another space out. I do have my ear down to the ground, so. But happy to be here, and thank you so much for coming. There are all sorts of things on the shelves behind me open to sample and nibble as you go around. There's
There's no chocolate over here.
There's a thing of chocolate over here. Anthony Thomas chocolates.
I think it's stale. Or it'll in my stomach.
But please feel free to sample. I know it's a very cozy space, but lots of yummy things in here to eat. My husband will personally endorse. There is a simmering sauce over here by Stonewall Kitchen, Yankee pot roast. That gets 2 thumbs up. It was wonderful.
Wonderful.
And completely, like the easiest thing ever. It's a 3-pound roast, dump it over the roast in the crock pot, and go to work and come home, and your house smells beautiful, and you have 3 happy children. Which I should thank all of you. This is my youngest baby, Miss Charlotte. This is my middle son, Jonathan, and my oldest son, Andy. Andy actually works here at Nibble after school, and then my husband, Jim, with whom I could not do this without. You, thank you. So.
Good job, family.
So when we open the first story, you were about
I
this
know,
size,
that's
right?
what I was thinking.
Yeah, Charlotte was really
I
little.
remember the picture out front. You
Yeah.
You've grown up on us.
Yeah, we should look at those pictures and have those framed
Yeah,
and put them
yeah.
up.
I thought about that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, your husband and I were chatting about you, so your ears are probably burning.
Uh-oh.
He said that you were the hardest working person that he knows. So that was a very nice
I don't know
comment.
if that's true.
And that truly shows, and we see that every day as we see how your businesses have grown and expanded, and obviously that doesn't come without a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. So we were happy to at least help you make the process easier. So.
Thank you.
Okay, so we need to cut a ribbon.
Jacqueline's gonna count.
All right, go 3, 2, 1.
Nibble!